Hello everyone, it's Maddie and
Madison
with
Spectrum Art.
and we are going to be sharing with you our idea behind our mixed media fabric clusters. If you guys remember, we had made these strips, and I'll link down below if you have not seen that video, but we had made these fabric strips when Madison had actually used the alcohol ink to dye some buttons, to customize some buttons. And instead of wasting the ink, we use the fabric pieces and strips to actually mop up, what was on the table. And we saved them.
You don't want to waste.
No, we don't want to waste. And we said that we were going to go ahead and do something with them. So we've decided to do mixed media fabric clusters. And we're going to share with you what our idea is behind it. Then we're going to go ahead and come back and show you the finished product. So with that said, we've got various different colors, obviously, right here. And we've come up with an idea, and that idea is going to require for us to put together some items. And these are things that you actually have around your house, or you should have. Most of us have, and if not, you can always improvise, right? You can change it around and make it your own. Work with what you've got. That's the whole idea. It's to recycle stuff and use stuff that you currently have in your craft room or in your household. So the first thing we're going to use is going to be cardboard, right, Madison?
Yeah.
Okay, and so we've gathered, let me have those. Let me have the whole stack. We basically grab the box, and they do sell this, by the way, this type of paper in the craft stores. But again, why? If you can actually do it for free. So it does take a little bit of work and elbow grease, of course, but we went through and actually peeled back a box. Some places it work better than others, some not. But we're gonna be using cardboard. What's the next thing we're gonna use? Pins. Oh yeah, safety pins. So we got these little golden safety pins. I think we got them on eBay, but you can find them just about anywhere, Walmart or anywhere else. What?
AliExpress.
AliExpress could have been. Then the next thing we used was what?
Mesh.
Which one? The mesh? Sure. We have a piece of this golden mesh. Don't ask me where we got it, where we bought it, but again, it's just whatever you have in your studio. But this is like some kind of a mesh with a wire in it. So we're going to be using some of that. What else are we going to be using? Lace, correct. So we took and cut out some strips here that we're going to use. Okay, and what else?
Ink.
These inks, and these are just the the little cheap inks, so not using anything terribly expensive. You could also use permanent markers, or even just plain markers if you have them. No need for them to be anything permanent. What else are we using? Buttons. Okay, so we're going to use buttons to coordinate. So Madison went through the box and she pulled out some buttons that she thought would coordinate well. So this will be, hopefully I'm in frame, the purple. These will be the blues. Then she did some like orangey type color, some browns to go with this one, some yellows to go here, some teals to go there. And this is actually one of the ones that she created. You can see the marble look in there, very different than those. Those are so pretty. And then some dark purple. We already started a pink, so there's the other half of the pink. Some greens, and then some really light grayish kind of color to go with that. So those are the buttons that she chose. What else did you pick? Scissors. Yes, just any type of scissors. What else? Fabric. Oh yeah, the fabric we got it. What else? What, the punch? Yes, punches. Now we went through and we played around. Again, play with what you've got. We tried several different punches. We tried this one. We tried this one. We tried this one. We tried this one. This one was a close contender. We tried this one. So we punched out, the different little punches, and we kind of played. Like I said, that banner was really, really cute because we actually ended up making it double and then just folding it in half. And it was really cute, but not quite there. Okay, so we did try different punches. Use what you have. If you don't have a punch that you can actually use, cut something by hand. So not a big issue. What else did adhesive? Yes. So you'll need some type of adhesive, whether it's a hot glue gun or some Fabri-Tac or some Eileen's tacky glue, whatever it is that you have at hand that's going to be sufficient to adhere these. And then finally,
or the glue dots.
oh yeah, could be. Could be. I don't know about the buttons, so they might, well, you can always stitch those on. That's true. You could. And then finally, what else did we use? Paper, right? And for the paper, what I did was I grabbed a book page from a book, okay? And I went ahead and oh, now I can't find where it's glued. But it's basically 2 pages glued together. Wow, I did a good job. Because now I can't even find where it would actually split. But anywho, it is 2 pages glued together. Oh, okay, maybe you can see it there. Maybe not. But we basically glued 2 pages together to give it some stability, some thickness, right? And then we cut strips, and then Madison used we settled on this punch. We thought this one was the best. Madison went through and punched some of those pieces of paper, and what we did is we took 2 colors. Let me go ahead and move some of the stuff out of the way, and I'll show you what we came up with. Let me move these over here, and I'll show you the idea behind it. So what we did was, it's going to be basically a 7-layer, because again, when you do mixed media and even clusters, it's all about the layering. You know, sometimes, and I know that when we first started doing projects, we would do 1 or 2 layers, and we were always feeling like it was missing something. So the trick to it is layers, 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 and use mixed media. So we're going to have paper, we're going to have fabric, we're going to have mesh, we're going to have plastic buttons, I guess, or plastic, and we're going to have paper, and then we're going to have metal. So we're going to have all kinds of different elements going on here. But this is the design that we finally settled on, right? Yeah. We played and played with it until we finally figured it out. So we took a piece of cardboard, and you can see that we inked the edges in pink, just roughly, because it's supposed to look all rustic and shabby chic, kind of grungy, around the edges to pull in that pink from the fabric. Then we took a piece of that gold, see? Then we took the piece of fabric that we wanted to use. We're going to go ahead, and again, this is just a rough idea. Once we start playing and tweaking it, if anything changes, we'll come back and share that with you. But this is our idea. We're going to go ahead and create some kind of a flower or bow cluster behind that. Then we took the piece of paper, and we used 2 inks. What were the 2 inks we used? Oh, thank you. Right, so we used, yeah, right. So we used a pink for the outside, but then for these little papers, we used 2 inks. The first one was, yes, I think it was this light brown one, yes. So we kind of went in a little bit and did this. No, honey, it was this one, yeah. See it? And then we went around and used a darker one and did the edges. And that's gonna help that paper really pop. And again, it's all in the details, right? We're gonna go ahead and put that in there. That's the idea. And then we're gonna take a little safety pin and get that guy on there. So our clusters are gonna look something like this. That's the rough idea, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and play with these, make them up, and then come back and show you the finished product, and also show you the, share with you any tips or any changes that we might have come across as we were making these, okay? So we will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. And here we are. We are all done. We've actually got a lot more than we thought we would. What started out as like 10 clusters, we thought, ended up being how many?
45.
45, yes, thank you, Madison. 45 clusters, because once we got to cutting the fabric, we realized, hey, we got more. We can actually make some more. So here they are. And we ended up with some oranges, blues, reds, yellows, purples, whites, pinks.
Oh, that's peach.
It's kind of like a peachy orange, yeah. Some teals. We even did some steampunk ones, which of course I love. Black, some greens, and some browns. So look at all that bunch of yumminess. And I'm going to bring it up close so you guys can see. Let me use this card. Actually, well, let me use the back. Let me just pick one. Use the back Can we see that? Oh, you know what? Do you have a black piece of paper, Madison?
I guess.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That might show a little bit better with black background. Okay, hopefully I'm in focus here. But, and let me see if I can bring some more light. There we have them. So, oh yeah, they turned out so adorable and so whimsical and so shabby and just totally, totally sweet. But here we have in the back, of course, our cardboard, right? And then we went ahead and distressed the edges with a coordinating color. Then we've got our gold mesh. Then we've got our piece of fabric. We've got our lace. We went ahead and actually sewed the button on to the fabric, and not the back. The backs are clean, so they'll adhere very well to any surface. But we wanted to make sure that we got that stitch look in between, and then we left the strings a little long so that we could actually do this. Can you see? That color might be too dark. Let's pick a light color. Here we go. Of course I'm going to pick pink, right? We left the strings out so that we could actually, you know, use those as well, little fibers kind of sticking out, and that lends it some whimsical. You can see that there. And then of course we've got our button, we've got our stamp punch out right there with the two-tone distress edges, and then we went ahead and clipped on the safety pin and glued that all together, so you know the pins are pretty stable as well. So there we go. So let's take a look at a couple of these, or a few different colors. There's one. Let's look at the steampunk one because I love those. You want to see the black one next? Sure, hang on. So there's the steampunk one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we went through and frayed the edges of the actual fabric as well.
I forgot to say something.
What's that, baby?
We put the yarn into the button.
Yes, I did say that we actually stitched the buttons. Oh, there's a little piece that I clipped off. And on some we did the stamp on the right, some we did on the left, and the pin. But you see how those threads really help, and fraying the edges really, really helps. Thank you, babe. Look at that one. How adorable.
That's cute.
Yes. And so these, as you can tell just by looking at this, can you go get me one of those albums, Madison, or any of those journals? I think we left some, yeah, that one's good. But, you know, on a card, you know, pretty much ready to go. Imagine that this is, no, I meant the fall album, the chipboard one. But imagine that this is your card, you know, just doing that. Yes, please. Just doing that, you know, will give it a pop. And then, of course, you can use it on your journals as well. This one, I've already uploaded this video if anybody missed it. But, again, just grab a button and look at that. There you go, voila. So great, great way to embellish all your goodies. And I'll show you a couple more. I think I did brown, we did the steampunk. What color do you want to pick? That one? White? Yeah, I love the white ones. Look at those. So we hope that you guys will give these a whirl. This is the one that Madison actually made the button with the alcohol ink. So talk about a perfect match, right? And I love that teal color all marbled in there. What's that, baby?
I like the button because it's homemade.
It is. This is one of the ones that you made yourself. Absolutely. So hope you guys will give it a try. Give it a whirl. Everyone can do this. And do let us know in the comments. Do you have a favorite one? Favorite color? Madison, do you have a favorite color? Of course, I'm going to go with, yeah, your teal one. I knew that. And then, oh, this purple one is one of your homemade ones too. Look at that.
It is?
I just realized that when she was picking out buttons.
That's not homemade.
Yeah, it is. Look at the alcohol in there. Very cool.
I didn't see that.
All right, so if I had to pick, that orange one is a good contender too. But I am going to go with my favorite, which is pink. I love this one. Black is my second favorite color, yeah. But I think I'm going to go steampunk and then brown. So if I had to pick one, okay, I'm going to go with steampunk. That's maybe even these right here with the little gears. Although the hearts are adorable. Oops. I love those little gears. So, okay, that's my favorite. And Madison's is the teal. And so we will love to hear from you guys, right?
What your color is.
Yeah, what's your favorite? Just leave it in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you soon. God bless. Bye.